Next up at UFC 292, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have Ian Machado Garry taking on Neil Magny. Neil Magny, short notice. Is that 4 short notice fights on this card? That's a lot of short notice fights.
I don't know.
Ian Machado Garry is undefeated. He's 12-0. He's coming off that head kick knockout over Daniel Rodriguez. He's taking on Neil Magny, 28-10. Neil stepping up on a little over a week's notice, week and a half. 28-10 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He has alternating wins and then losses. This is an interesting fight. There's a lot of people that are positive Neil Magny wins this fight, and I get it.
Oh, Neil Magny, huh?
What?
You said there are people that are positive that Neil Magny is going to win this fight.
Yes. Do you know who?
Wait, that's a real statement? I thought you meant to say Ian Garry.
Yes. One of
Who
them.
the fuck thinks Neil Magny wins this fight?
He's watching this video right now, and we're in a group chat with him. So, take it up with him. Take it up with him.
Oh my God.
So he's positive Neil Magny wins, and I get it to an extent. Neil Magny is a very well-rounded fighter. He's got all the experience in the world, 38 professional fights. He can get takedowns. He can come forward. He is long. He is a rangy striker. He's got good BJJ. He's very good everywhere. So I understand how people could say, yeah, Neil Magny can win this fight, right? Very well-rounded. He's tough. He's not a guy you just get out of there. Skilled everywhere. All the things. His overall UFC record is 21-9. He's fought the absolute who's who of multiple divisions. And his last 2 losses were to Shavkat Rakhmonov and Gilbert Burns. Gilbert might not beat Ian Garry, but Shavkat runs through Ian Garry. So I get it. You think Ian Garry's better than Shavkat Rakhmonov? You're out of your mind.
Oh my
You're out of your
God.
mind.
The disrespect for Ian Garry is out of control, man.
I'm about to pick him and say how confident I am.
Oh my God.
I have gotten a little more confidence in Ian Garry over his last couple of fights because we saw him get dropped. We saw him almost get put out, done.
I saw it live at 285.
Congratulations. You went to a pay-per-view one time. He sat down on the stool, shook it off, said, that was a mistake. I made this mistake. I shouldn't have this. I shouldn't have done that. And then whatever. Went back out there and then took over the fight. So I watched him go through some adversity. If I hadn't seen that, I would still be like, this dude's overrated because he is hittable. I've been saying he's hittable since his UFC debut. He is hittable. His chin's out there, hittable. Neil Magny doesn't have the one-punch power. I do think Ian Garry gets it done because he's got that very laser pinpoint accurate striking. He does have some very real power. He just knocked out, and MMA math is dumb, but he just knocked out Daniel Rodriguez, who Neil Magny frankly struggled with. If Neil Magny gets some takedowns, Ian Garry could potentially be in a lot of trouble. But if Ian Garry can survive and win this fight, very similar to how he beat Darian Weeks. Darian Weeks took him down, but Ian Garry worked through it, got up, did those things. Then Ian Garry should win. I'm very confident in him to win. I had no doubt in my mind whatsoever until I talked to this person that was like, dude, Neil Magny is just going to take him down. He's just going to lay on him. He's just going to lean on him. He's just going to do all that. So don't be too. He's watching, Jacob. Don't be too disrespectful. He's watching.
My turn?
Your turn.
Yeah. So the only way that Neil Magny ever even wins a fight in general, ever even wins a fight, is when people fight Neil Magny the way that he wants to fight. And that is clinch, dirty, nasty. He wears people down. He usually gets beat on and beat in the first couple rounds. Then he wears people down. And he even will invite people to the cage. He will back up against the cage, put himself on the cage, and say, please come towards me. I'm going to grab you. And from there, that's when he is getting his takedowns. That's where he's getting his control. He's not shooting singles, shooting doubles. He wants to get in a clinch. He wants to hold. And he will work trips, and he will dirty box, and he will throw elbows, and he will wear people down. All you got to do. And I tried, and I preached, and I tried to tell Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe's my guy. I tried to tell Phil Rowe, don't fucking clinch with this guy. He's going to put his back against the fucking fence. You stand there and you just snipe him. And you saw Phil Rowe, when he did that, the very few times that he did that was just lighting Neil Magny up. Boom, boom, boom. But then he would land a right hand and then go into the clinch. And that is how he lost that fight, because he engaged in the clinch. And every time you fight Neil Magny the way that he wants to fight, he probably is going to win that fight. He's very good at fighting in those fights. And I just got to pray to God. Ian Garry seems like a smart kid. You mentioned he got knocked down. I was at that fight, and let me tell you, that was not a fun moment for me because I had Ian Garry and all sorts of stuff, and I was just screaming, survive! For the love of God, just survive. But he's a smart kid. He's a high IQ kid. I've been on him since his debut. I said, you guys think that he's a douchebag. You can think whatever he wants. But this is a fucking high-level guy that's going...
Whoa.
That's going to be a fucking champion one day. I mean, Angelo's trying to censor me. It's crazy.
I didn't do anything.
That might have been Josh. He might have been sick of it and hacked into it and just is trying to shut it all down. But I'm telling you right now that all Ian Garry's got to do is just get him against the fence. Neil Magny's going to put his back against the fence. You just stand there and you just treat him like a fucking heavy bag, and you can knock this guy out. He's pretty durable, but Ian Garry should have no issues with Neil Magny. He's not dangerous. He doesn't have one-punch power. He wants to grind on you. He wants to wear on you. Just stay away from him. Keep your distance. That's what Ian Garry does best, and he should pick him apart and dominate this fight.
I agree with that. I will say this individual did get me a little. Granted, I don't have my wits about me today. I didn't sleep last night. The website thing's stressing me out. But it did make me a little nervous. The whole Neil Magny can just come forward and lean on him, come forward and lay on him.
Ian Garry is just Mr. Footwork. He's boom, boom, slip off counters. I mean,
he should listen. Ian Garry was in the original safety parlay, which is now broken because of Mario Batista. So I get it. And
these odds are minus 500, by the way, too, now.
So, I mean, those moved pretty fast. Tuesday's pretty big move day, I guess. But I did put a bet openly bet in the live chat. A lot of these people in the live chat, I don't know if you've been watching, a lot of them are insisting Neil Magny wins. So I put a bet openly bet in there. If you don't know what bet openly is, it is peer-to-peer betting. It's me betting you. That is my money. I just put up $100 of my money. I bet it on Ian Garry, so you can take Neil Magny. It's a $100 bet, but you can just do $10 of it. So 10 of you can do $10. You can take the whole 100, and you're going to get better odds in the. What are the odds right now at Bet Online? Whatever it is.
Minus 500.
No, the other side.
Oh, let me just check for you.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. You're going to get better odds.
Plus 375.
Okay, so I asked you that. I don't even know what the odds are on this side. But you're going to get better odds because, hold on, do I know them?
Let me just say this right now while you're looking at that. Ian Garry called for this matchup.
It's plus 428. You're going to get plus 428, which is way better odds. Way better odds. Take those. $23 wins you 100.
Ian Garry called for this matchup. He knows what he's doing here. There's a reason why he called out Neil Magny. Neil Magny is kind of a name, but you're not calling out people that it's like, you might. He knows what to do in this matchup. He called him out. He actually signed to fight Jeff Neal. I didn't know if he realized that he actually was going to fight a different person, but now he's fighting the person that he wanted to fight, that he called out. And, I mean, there's a reason why he wanted to fight this guy. It's kind of a name, and he knows that he possesses zero danger to Ian Garry.
I'm going to hide you and bring you back. Your microphone's a little weird. It's still doing it. Your microphone's weird. There's like feedback. Maybe change your input or something. There's a couple of these people a couple of them are insisting.
I don't hear it on the stream. Sounds like it's just you.
Okay. I'm hearing like crackle.
Anybody else hear it? Or is this guy fucking losing it?
Plus 420, whatever the hell odds. Let me find. There's a whole bunch of people I'm about to call out right now.
They hear it.
No.
Fuck.
He wasn't in the safety parlay versus Jeff. He was in the safety parlay versus Neil Magny. Hold on. All right, Blunt. You said Magny's the easiest money. I just put out a bet. You can take my literal money, and you're going to get way better odds than any bookie on this planet. You're going to get my money. There's a link in this live chat. There's literally zero excuse not to do it. I just did this in the Discord. There was just somebody in the Discord running their mouth the other day about how JP Bays was going to win. So okay. So I put my money. Dude wasn't soft. Took the bet. Lost embarrassingly, but he took the bet. So there it is.
Is it
Did you
fixed
fix your
now?
microphone? Yeah. What'd you do?
Because it was never broken in the first place, you stupid asshole.
So what'd you do?
I've just been sitting here. You're the one that was talking. I said,
It
"Is
just
fixed?"
went away on its own. It just went away on its own.
I literally just
You
sat here.
swear on your obese dog's life you didn't change a thing?
I just sat here. All of a sudden, it's fixed. Wow, Angelo, it's funny how that works.
Even the live chat said they could hear your bullshit.
No, they're just feeding. They're just trolling. It's just what they do.
Okay. And when we watch...
Oh, did you see what you just pinned?
What did it say?
Who's to say it wasn't Angelo's mic? That's what you just pinned. Subconsciously.
I don't hear my own... I don't hear my own microphone.
Well, it must be really fucking up, so...
$9,600 in DraftKings. I probably will spend that. Ian Garry does put up numbers when he wins, but Neil Magny's a tough dude. Neil Magny's not, bang, bang, done kind of guy. Obviously, he can be out-grappled. We just watched that happen with Shavkat and with Neil...
What do you call Shavkat? It's Shavkat.
Rachmanov.
It's Shavkat. Shavkat. You just saw that with the Shavkat.
Anyway... Neil Magny is tough, so it might be hard for Ian Garry to cover that. I'll probably take a closer look, but he may be worth that $9,600.
Ian Garry versus Shavkat. Easiest lock
Shavkat
of the week of all
Rachmanov
time.
takes him down.
Easiest lock of the week.
See,
of all
the fact that you even
time.
assumed he'd be the underdog tells you everything.
Well, of course he's gonna be the underdog.
Why?
Shavkat.
Shavkat's that good. That's right. Correct.
Well, he's got all finishes. I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah. No, didn't he? He finished Jeff Neal?
Yeah.
Oh, but Jeff
finishes.
Neal was like lighting him up or something. I remember it being like, whoa, that was a little closer than people thought. That's what I remember. And I always remember things correctly. WeOwnPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month, and you'll get all the tools, all the information, anything you could have ever needed to make some money watching fights. What?
Last part, which is, depending on how you feel about it, could be a big part of the entire thing. So the Jan Alex Bejeda fight, and this is a known thing, there was an embedded haircut curse. Jan got his haircut on embedded, lost the fight. That's a big known thing. Embedded today, Ian Garry was getting his haircut on the embedded. So take that in consideration.
All right, that does suck. Couple of super chats. Phantom sent 5 francs. This line won't last long. That was the Blackshear. He sent it right at the end of the Blackshear breakdown. Thank you very much, Phantom. And then we have another super chat from Funky Cold. $2 from Funk. O'Malley, lock of the week. Then he laughed in your fucking face, you dumb clown bitch. Thank you, Funky Cold.